Hey everyone. Hello, hello. Happy World Voice Day to each of you. Today I am Allie and I am from the Resonant Voice Studio, but also this Substack. And it's my mission for everyone to value their voice and doing that by knowing how to use your voice in connection with your body and your mind to let you use your voice with more confidence, clarity, and consistency ultimately. So, this practice today is exactly something I would do to value my voice. And it's going to be about 20 minutes, give or take 5. And we're going to explore our speaking voice, we're going to explore humming, the body component, the mind component, and do a whole practice just for you today. So, first things first, come as you are, literally jeans and a sweatshirt here in my home, in a space that you have, and you'll need enough space to stand and also sit. So we'll start standing and we'll end sitting. And in this standing space, we're going to connect with our body, which is our instrument first. So I'm going to have you take an inhale, reach your arms overhead, maybe look overhead. And on the exhale, bring your hands down behind your head and push out to the side. On the next inhale, bring your hands into your shoulders. And on the exhale, push the hands out and away, round through the upper back. Take an inhale and an exhale, fold forward over the hips. Let the head and neck go. And then inhale overhead once again. That was one round, gaze to the sky. Exhale, hands behind the head, push away. Inhale, hands to shoulders. Exhale, in front, round through the upper back. Inhale, overhead, gaze overhead. And exhale, fold. There's 2 rounds. Inhale, overhead reach. Exhale, hands behind head, push away. This move is called the 3-part Taoist breath. We are inhaling to shoulders. And we exhale, push away. If you've been in a workshop with me or on my Substack, you've seen this move. It's a fave. Inhale, overhead. And exhale, fold forward. And it's a fave because it allows our nervous system to move towards rest and digest. So on our next few rounds, we add sound. Inhale, overhead. And on the exhale, we hum. Inhale to shoulders. Exhale, push away and hum. Inhale overhead. Exhale, fold and hum. Inhale overhead. Exhale behind head and hum. Inhale to shoulders. Exhale, push away and hum. Inhale overhead. And exhale, fold, hum. One more round. Inhale overhead. Exhale behind head and hum. Inhale, shoulders. Exhale, push away, hum. Inhale, overhead, last round. Exhale, fold and hum. Take one more inhale here. And on the exhale, slowly roll up. Let the shoulders fall away from the neck space. Maybe take a roll. And that's the start of our practice. So we've already got breath, movement, mantra, humming, mind work, and sound all happening at once. And this is one of my absolute favorite ways to start a practice because I'm checking in with me and I'm asking myself, how am I feeling? How is my body feeling? How is my voice feeling? How is my energy feeling? And I'll be honest, today my voice is feeling a little crackly. My energy's feeling a little bit slower and a little bit lower, but I'm still giving my voice some care and attention, and that's what this is about. So I want you to keep asking yourself, what am I feeling as we move through this? Some really powerful interoception, tuning into your own self and your own sensations. And let's continue to do that by doing a little more humming like this. So you're going to do, just an up and over. It's not on a specific note. I don't even have a piano here. You don't even need that. Try it again. And a little lower. Stay there in that low. And then a little higher. And then a little bit higher. Awesome. So ask yourself, what am I feeling? But also ask yourself, what would it feel like if I thought about yawning before this humming sensation? So think about a yawn. You might even start yawning. And then go into the hum. So let's do that. Take an inhale. What does it feel like to yawn? Do another one. And one more, a little higher. So again, checking in. What am I feeling? What am I noticing up higher? And what am I noticing lower? For myself, I'm noticing that this hum allows for a lot more clarity when I think about yawning. And that's because on the roof of our mouth, we have an apparatus called the soft palate, and it lifts up when we yawn, and it helps create more space in our mouth so that when we do humming or when we're using our voice, we can feel more clear and louder sound coming out. So we've got a little bit of that voice science anatomy, and we've got a little bit of our little spiritual mind-body connection happening at the same time. Let's take this into a little bit more speaking because we have to use words. Well, we don't have to, but it's advisable if you would like to convey a story or an emotion. So our words today are, say, 4. We've got 4 words. Say it isn't so. And we could get into like some acting with this or whatever, but let's keep it super simple. And what do these feel like if I'm about to yawn? Say it isn't so. Do it again. Say it isn't so. And take it a little lower. Think a yawn. Say it isn't so. So ask yourself, what did it feel like to yawn and speak? And what did it feel like to really focus on this speech part of our voice? Are you noticing a new quality coming through? Or is it feeling kind of the same? My next question is, what if we move our speaking voice to our singing voice? And we go like, say it isn't so. And then we'll start the first one pitched. Say it isn't so. And one more. Say it isn't so. Nice. You could put this all on pitches. You could go, Say it isn't so. And then a little higher. Say it isn't so. And then a little higher. Say it isn't so. But it's also just okay to do say it isn't so. Say it isn't so. Say it isn't so. And you're checking in with all the areas of your voice. For myself, I'm noticing even more clarity again. I'm also noticing a little bit more ease moving from my low part of my voice into this higher part of my voice, which I didn't have before. So ask yourself, what are you feeling? How does it feel to add that yawn idea? How does it feel to add the speaking? And how does it feel to move from speaking to singing? I've got one more thing for you. But before we do that for voice, let's do a little body recalibration and a little check-in. So we'll put our arms forward like we're about to serve something. And then you're going to bring your hands to your shoulders. And do that 2 more times. Maybe lift the elbows up. And 1 more. This doesn't have to be with breath. And then bring the elbows to the sides. On the inhale this time, bring the elbows together. Lift the elbows up and roll back and down. We got 2 more that way. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, roll it down. 1 more together. Lift up, exhale, roll it down. And then we go the other way. Inhale, arms back. To the sky, elbows, exhale down. 2 more, inhale up. And exhale down. 1 more, inhale up. And exhale down. And let that go. So our voice apparatus lives from about our hips to, I would say, right about our eyes, maybe just our nose. It's where all of our breathing comes into play, or our most immediate breathing apparatus. Our larynx is the house of sound, and our mouth shapes sound. So everything's really happening here. And so these movements with our arms are opening up our chest, supporting that expansion of the lungs, really letting the neck and throat be as free as possible, letting go of any tension in the shoulders. All really positive things for our voice. But working on the whole body is also going to support your voice too, like how we started today. So, a little recalibration felt good. Let's go into one more exercise and we'll close with a little bit of meditation. So this last exercise, you can do it seated or standing. I'm going to stay standing for this one. We're going to do the vowel O, and I want you to ask yourself, what does it feel like to yawn? Oh, and do that again. That interoception, what does it feel like for you to yawn? Oh, really nice. Now, what if we add into this that idea of movement that we were just doing with the O? So let's bring the hands to the shoulders again, and we're going to take an inhale, elbows together, lift them up, and on the exhale, a yawned O. Oh. And do that again. Inhale, lifting up. Oh. One more time. Inhale, lifting up. Oh. Beautiful. We're going to go the other way, but we're going to add one little baby concept, which is actually kind of a preview of what's coming next in the next couple weeks on Substack. So to this O, would you connect the vocal folds by going a hard connection like this? O, like you're annoyed. Say it again. O. Beautiful. One more time. Oh, great. What if you do that with your sound? So it'll be this inhale up and back, and then oh. Do it again. Inhale up and back. Oh. One more time. Inhale up and back. Oh. Beautiful. Now let's go forwards. But instead of that hard connection, let's do a little softer connection with an H sound. So we'll go inhale. Oh. Two more. Inhale, putting that H in front. Oh. And one more. Oh. Last round of 3. We'll go back this time with the arms. We're going to take the H away, but we're going to think it mentally. So the H is still there in our mind, but we're doing just the O vowel. So take an inhale back. Oh. 2 more. Oh. And 1 more. Oh. Beautiful. So with that one, ask yourself, what am I feeling with that yawn space? What am I noticing with those different textures or timbres of H, no H, hard O? But I think most importantly, what does it feel like to move and use our voice at the same time? I don't think we do that very often. And sometimes when we are getting our body engaged, getting that instrument working, this instrument or this part of the instrument can really kind of do its own thing. So we have just a few minutes left. I'd love to close and move to a seat. So I'm going to come over here. To close today, I just want to do a little bit of a little meditation to kind of seal our practice and take all these scattered pieces of the practice, all these things that we are feeling, our intentions, and then bring them back into one so that we can kind of end cap our practice and give us this feeling of culmination. And it's also a moment to turn to that interoception and be like, okay, where was my voice to start today? Where is my voice now? And what am I feeling? And giving yourself a little bit of honor and grace for the voice that you have. So at a seat, however feels best to you. Think about that yawn space. And take an inhale. Eyes might be closed or looking at the ground in front of you. And on the exhale, just let the air go, however feels good. And take an inhale again. And exhale, let it go. And then another inhale. This time on the exhale, our hum. Again, inhale. What am I feeling? Exhale, hum. One more inhale. If your eyes are closed, slowly open your eyes and come right back. Maybe you rub your hands together. Give your back of your neck a little bit of a rub. Work into your jaw, behind your ears, your cheeks. All of these areas of the face that got some work today in our practice. Moving up to the temples and letting that go. So as I said, we're right at 20 minutes. And that was 20 minutes of vocal check-in with speech, with humming, with vowels. We got some body work, we got some mind work. And most importantly, I hope that you walk away today valuing your voice a little bit more and knowing that you can have consistency and clarity and confidence with your voice in just a few little practices that don't seem like a lot in individual pieces, but together they can be super powerful. As I said earlier, I gave you a little preview of what's coming on Substack in the next couple weeks, and there's a little bit more coming in May. There's actually going to be a 30 days to value your voice, so every day in the month of May, you'll get a little nugget of a live or an article or a little audio practice or a video practice to support you in valuing your voice. So I cannot wait to share that with you, and I cannot wait to be here a little bit more with you. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.